Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the AB Mac podcast. I'm here joined with TOMM.CAMPS.
Hello.
So, before we get into Tommy, thanks to everyone for watching, listening, viewing, subscribing, all that good shit that I asked you to do and you don't do anyway. But we'll get past that. Jumping in fresh, we are actually on the road. I'm at Locked and Loaded's HQ right now, on the way to Victoria. So we have the next 17 hours ahead of us to Chukovic on the border, and we just keep heading down to Melbourne 4x4 show. So this is filmed before Melbourne 4x4 show. So yeah, we've got Tommy on the couch, and we're going to get stuck into a bit of a yarn about Tommy, his career, where he started, all the good stuff, how we're mates, and
Hell yeah.
go from there. So
Sounds good. Thanks for having me back, Macca.
mate, your third time on the potty, and we're actually
time.
doing a proper
Yeah, a real
Tommy
one.
interview.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been a big fan of the potty for a little while. Been watching and listening from the very start.
Yeah.
We've obviously filmed a few episodes, the Rocky Nats recap
Yep.
and the Boys in the Bush.
The first Boys in the Bush episode
Yep.
with Mitchy Farrell.
Yep,
Oh,
that was a cracker. Us
Yeah.
freezing our asses off in Kenilworth.
we sunk some beers.
We did. We
Shout out to your mates.
Your mates, 100%.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Mate, I think we've said it way too many times now. There's so much going on in our lives. There's
Heaps.
so much each of us are doing.
Yep.
Obviously, what's happened between the first time we've talked, the last time we've talked
Yep.
on the potty, and then, where we're up to now. And
Yeah, well, a lot's changed since the very first potty. Obviously, I was at Explore Life when we were
Yep.
talking on Boys in the Bush, and then Rocky Nats. I was not at Explore Life. I feel like the last 12 months for both of us, you working
Yeah.
full time, going from owning your own business to then doing cashies to then completely quitting everything and chasing the dream.
yeah,
It's been a big
Yeah.
12 months.
it's crazy for both of us. I think,
Hell yeah.
I was working a regular. Well, I mean, I've been plastering for 11 and a half years. Quick recap.
Yeah.
Last job I did was basically Semi-Oz Shed, which was a year and a bit ago,
Yep.
February 2023.
Yep.
And then, I started working. I did a bit of fencing, then
Yep.
did pallets. And then I was working in a pallet yard one day, and I get a call from you.
Yep.
And you're like, look, I've made a decision. I haven't told anyone.
Yep.
I think at the time it was your dad knew.
Yeah, my dad knew, and obviously I had big plans with Macca at Explore Life, and there was a whole lot going on. And yeah, I literally had told my dad because he answers the phone 90% of the time, even if he's at work.
Yeah.
And yeah, called Macca and went, bro, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I have quit Explore Life.
Yeah. And I said, you're crazy.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely did. I think everyone did and still does.
Yeah. Like, it's from the outside looking in, it is everyone's dream job to be on one of the biggest YouTube channels as a host, a character.
Absolutely.
Doing all the trips.
Yep.
Having fun.
Yeah.
And you call me and go, I'm leaving. I'm giving it up. And I'm going, you're mad.
You're a silly boy.
Yeah. And then, obviously there was a lot of things that happens behind the scenes, which we don't really have to go into. There's, things are best left behind closed doors for the public reasons of social media.
Yeah, 100%.
But walk us through, what was Explore Life like?
Yeah.
Going from, you worked at Bunnings, right?
I did. So through high school, grade 10 to grade 12, I worked casually at Bunnings, my local Bunnings. I was out the back in homewares, electrical, the trade centre, sort of all over the place at Bunnings. If anybody out there is looking for a first job, Bunnings is great pay and the work is sick. But yeah, that pretty much funded my first car, the Prado.
Yeah.
Worked there all through high school, and then it was the Brizzy show. The Brizzy show in 2022. I was in grade 12. It was March for the Brizzy show, and I went down to the Oval at the Brizzy show. That's where Maddie and the Explore crew were, and I just wanted to go down, shake Maddie's hand, and get a photo as a big fan.
Yep.
Because just lived and breathed explore life. I really like believed in the brand of like you just got to get out there and live the explore life.
Yep.
I love that slogan. So went down, shook Matty's hand, and he was like, "Oh, I've seen some of your stuff, blah blah blah." I was like, "What the fuck, really?"
It's a crazy feeling that when
Yeah.
it happens from someone you look up to in the
Absolutely,
industry.
100%. And yeah, he was like, "Mate, look, we're looking for a young bloke to bring back Explore 4x4 and do some builds next year. Come to the Goldie for a meeting." So went to the Goldie. Fast forward 6 months, and I'd graduated high school in January 2023. I started at Explore Life full time, doing editing, managing some of the social media, being slowly introduced as a character into the Explore Life brand, and then slowly became sort of a front running face of the brand.
Yep.
The advertisements, the marketing, the social media, YouTube editing.
Yep. Trips.
Yeah,
everything.
trips.
Yeah.
It was, a hell of an experience to go out of school, not into a trade, not into a uni degree, and straight into the brute force of social media.
Just jumping in the deep end where
Straight in.
it's a very small industry for the very few people that will and do make it in this industry. You
Yeah.
got thrown straight in. Like
Yeah.
I did pretty much what you would call like the blue collar run. Like
Yep.
did an apprenticeship,
Yep.
5 years of running my own business,
100%.
like working that, like we say the 9 to 5, but it was more like 4 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, well, when you're running your business,
It's-
you sort of
you
plastering.
don't stop.
You just go.
Yeah.
And that's what you did out of high school, trade.
Straight out of high school, year
Job.
9. Like
Yep.
just jumped straight into it.
Yep.
Moved out of home at 14, straight into Brisbane City, lived there for 3.5 years.
Crazy,
Like,
bro.
but I got to travel a lot, got
Yeah.
to do cool things and met really good mates through it. But
And you would have learned a shitload from running your own business and experiencing all the different shit you get to experience in the trade industry.
yeah, it teaches you a lot. Like
Oh, yeah.
just the common side of like tools and building stuff and working and
I feel like there's more life messages and life lessons when you get exposed to old, angry fuckwits from a young age.
oh yeah, like working with some blokes on job sites, you'll see and hear some shit that
Yep.
you probably shouldn't hear when you're like, really, I was 16 at the time, 15, 16. And
Yep.
yeah, you just go, yeah, right. All right, that's a learning curve and you make some mistakes. And I had some big mistakes when I was working on construction.
Yep.
That shit happens. It's
Shit
part of
happens.
it. But like, even before that, you like growing up on farms and different
Yep.
shit like that. And then out in the country, the move to the city, it's all different.
It's all different.
So yeah.
You got all the sides of
Yeah.
the world, and now you're here.
Yeah.
Now
Now
you're
I'm
a full-time influencer.
oh, trying to be, trying to be, but yeah, like, so I mean, what was your like highlights of Explore Life while we're still sort of there?
Yep.
Like some of the things you got to do, like without speaking for yourself, like
Yep.
you went overseas multiple times,
Absolutely. Yeah. So
places around the country, like it's,
yeah, like obviously the highlights of my time at Explore were the trips.
yeah,
I pretty much so I got to live and road trip in America for 2 months, which was the most wild experience of my life.
Yeah.
One of the best experiences of my life, getting to live in a $300,000 Ram built in Australia by people that I know.
yeah,
And being able to go from the west side of America all the way to the east, down south to Miami and Florida, and all that. I think America was definitely a big highlight for me. But honestly, the biggest thing I took away from Explore was the relationships and connections that I made. Like
yeah,
being exposed and having my face straight into Explore Life sort of had me jump a lot of steps
yeah,
and be able to message you and message people all over the industry and make good relationships with brands and business owners and that sort of thing. That was probably a big highlight. But yeah, bro, it was the trips. Like
yeah,
the trips in Australia, the Fraser, the King Kuna, the just wheeling hard, the Springs, and learning how to really build a storyline in an episode and build a good video, learn
Yeah.
how to edit it. And I had awesome mentors in there. Shout out to Sammy Jones.
yep,
He was someone who pretty much taught me absolutely everything I know, but from being behind the camera to being in front of the camera. Obviously, Maddie taught me a lot from being in front of the camera. And then, yeah, Sammy just took over with the editing side of things, marketing, managing the socials. Yeah.
Like, and such a good crew. Like, credit to
Yeah.
them. Like, to think back what Matty's been doing it, I want to give him benefit out 12,
Yeah.
13 years now.
100%.
Like, I remember watching him the old 76 days, even
Yep.
before that, like just doing all his trips. And
Yeah.
like, I think sort of TJ was roughly around that similar
Yeah,
time.
TJ was
And
floating.
like, you're looking at these boys now and you're going, how far they've come.
Absolutely.
And look, the more eyes you got on you, the more hate you're going to cop, the more people are just going to talk about what you're doing, whether it's positive or negative.
Yeah.
And to see where they started and to what they've provided in this industry for people like us to come in
Absolutely.
in the last, I want to say 3-4 years,
Yeah.
and now be able to somewhat make a living doing this stuff. It's a credit to them, the crew, the crews that are behind them. Like, there's all recognition deserved there. Like, you look at all the top dogs in Australia.
Yeah.
And
They've got killer teams behind them, and Sammy is an unsung hero in the world.
Awesome bloke.
He is a down-to-earth, genuine dude, and one of the hardest working people I know.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything I know and have learned was from Sammy and the Explore crew. So yeah, there is nothing but good things to say about that whole experience. And yeah, I was there for 12 months.
Yep.
I parted ways in November 2023.
Yeah.
So it was from January to
Coming
November.
up on a year.
Coming up on a year at Explore. And the balance, I live in North Brisbane, for those who don't know. I live in the North Lakes area, north of Brizzy, and Explore HQ is south of the Gold Coast. And
Massive trip.
Yeah, did that drive every single day, which takes a toll on the bank account. It takes a toll mentally, leaving before sunrise and getting home after sunset. I just found myself not being able to spend as much time with family, friends, girlfriend, all those connections. Just I wasn't able to put enough time into myself. So I think, yeah, it was as hard as it was, obviously giving up the dream job, and I got hundreds of messages saying, "You're an idiot, what are you doing? You've been gifted this dream job." But in the end, you got to look at what matters the most to yourself, take everything else out of it, and family, friends, and your home, and the people and things that mean the most to you will always come out on top. So that ended up being the reason for me leaving.
Got a flash on here.
Flashing. It stopped. We're back.
I'm not sure what we just missed to that, but yeah, you're just talking about like
I
basically
think
Gold Coast to Brizzy.
Yeah, Gold
working.
Coast to Brizzy. To put it into perspective, it was over 4 hours a day on the road and 1,300 Ks a week on the road, paying for fuel and the maintenance on a car.
Yeah.
And being that it was my first car, the Prado was clocking up some serious Ks. Like I did over 70,000 Ks last year just to get to work. And
Crazy.
I just could not keep that going. And yeah, I think it was a tough decision, but I'm happy that I did do it, because now I'm the happiest I've been and got the best mates and can spend as much time with whoever, whenever.
Yep.
But yeah, Explore Life was a hell of a opportunity, and if there's anyone out there who is ever given an opportunity to, whether it's in this industry or however it may relate to you personally, taking the chance and taking an opportunity that is a once in a lifetime opportunity, you should always take it despite whatever
Definitely.
is standing in your way.
Yeah.
Like you just got to take it, whether you're in a full-time job, but you have an opportunity to chase something else that you see that you might be happier in. I think you got to chase it, because if it doesn't work out, you're going to learn a shitload about yourself, and then you can implement that into.
I think it's a good thing to say, like, because it's stepping outside your comfort zone and doing something a little bit different. And like, I mean, if I count pretty much from the start of 2023, I've had, pretty much 4 or 5 different jobs by choice.
Yep.
Like plastering to fencing to building pallets. Like, I don't even think people really understood that building pallets was a job.
Yeah,
And,
I
like,
didn't.
Storing pallets, yeah.
I had no idea. And
then
you're
I
just
did-
like, I'm building pallets. I'm like, I thought you were fencing.
Yeah, and then the next week I was concreting.
Yeah, literally.
And then
You
I'm
were
like, now I sort of like, people go, "Oh, like, what do you do now?" And I'm like, "Well, I could sort of say I'm a retired plasterer.
Yep.
Retired doesn't mean you got to stop. It just means you sort of get to do whatever you want."
Yep.
So even now, like, literally yesterday, hadn't even packed the cruiser to leave to Victoria yet, and I was still sanding down a job that I helped my old boy plaster. Like,
Yep.
and it's just stuff like that. Like, you know, things come around, may seem a job, and it's sort of like being a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
You can do a little bit of everything that helps everyone else, and it's just good. Like, you know, things come across, people ask stuff about YouTube, and then someone asks stuff about like plastering or whatever it might be, or and it's just, you get to talk to a lot of people, meet people, and that's the best side of social media too.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely the connections you make.
This is what's going on. Hold on.
Flashing again.
Yeah.
I need to get a glass of water. We back?
Let's try it again.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Sorry.
Not sure. We'll just keep an eye on that.
Yep.
That's just made my job harder with editing.
Definitely.
But
made your job harder.
yeah, sorry guys, we just had a technical difficulty with the soundboard. Not really sure what's going on there, but we'll sort it out.
Work through it.
Yeah, we'll work through it. We'll sorry, Tommy.
No,
This
you're
is
good, bro.
your episode and I'm making it look shit.
No, we're chill. It's all gravy, baby.
We'll keep an eye on it. We'll make sure this is working right. But
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, where we're at. Pretty
Where
much just
were we? We pretty much
working.
had ended what we were
Yeah,
talking about, just
totally.
about taking opportunities and explore life, and
Yep.
that it was a good opportunity and it was great.
Yep.
Thailand was cool.
Thailand would have been sick, but we never seen that.
No.
Right.
So, yeah, actually, I say Thailand like everybody knows what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
so Thailand was actually my final trip with Explore. That was within the last 2 weeks of me leaving Explore. So I went from America for 2 months, came home for 3 days, and then flew out to Thailand for a week
Yeah.
for BF Goodrich. So each year, BF Goodrich do an event for their partners and all their people they got connections with. And I was lucky enough to be sent over to represent Explore and Australia. And went over there with Sean Scott, who is a big photographer, Australian photographer from Australia, and pretty much just got to go drive buggies, drive dual cab utes all over Thailand, which was amazing. Awesome, epic experience. Filmed everything, but obviously there was probably 3 or 4 episodes that were filmed. All the footage was there, but wasn't released because obviously I parted ways. And that was their call, which completely understand. Obviously not being a part of the crew anymore, they chose to keep it on the down low. But yeah, went to Thailand. There was a few different videos in there, which would have been really good videos, but I have full intentions to recreate them for myself.
Yeah.
And release them because the videos are sick. Just needs to be done in a Prado.
Yeah. Prado. Nah. It's so obviously when you basically give up your dream job,
Yep.
what's next? What do you go do?
So
Because everyone, well, I can't say everyone, but some people like ourselves, you've been in that state where one day you stop work, the next day you don't have a job.
Yep.
So what do you do?
So I actually saved a fair bit of coin, and without telling you the exact dollar figure I was on at Explore Life, it was less than a first year apprentice. So just to have everyone to be able to relate to where I was at. So I saved as much money as I could. That was originally with me staying at Explore. That was going to go into like an index fund, some form of little investment. So 10 years down the track, I might have a little bit of a boost to buy a house or do something like that. So I saved about 7 or 8 grand. And I was like, okay, that's a pretty good effort on the money I was on for the 10 months I was there. And I went and dropped all of it on camera gear. So I went and dropped every cent. I was like, Mum, Dad, I know the plan was for me to go and do this investment, blah, blah, blah. But I want to go start my own business. I want to go start my own media company. And this money needs to go towards camera gear. So cameras, tripods, drones, mics, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Went and bought everything and started my media business, which doesn't have my face on it. It is purely just I go and help different brands and companies market, like I've helped yourself, do filming and editing, for your guys' YouTube. And then mainly I focus around businesses and brands, editing, helping their marketing campaigns, depending on what they want to do, how big they want to go.
Yeah.
Pretty much just helping them in any way I can to boost their online platform for their business.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing since.
Yep.
Just sort of ticking over, paying the bills, being able to work for myself is a massive thing, as you'd know. Like
The freedom that comes with it is huge.
the freedom is worth $1 million
Yeah.
in comparison to what working for someone
Yeah.
is.
And it's not jumping into a pyramid scheme
No,
or like that.
Yeah.
You know, bloody stop that 9 to 5
Yeah,
and
yeah.
financial freedom. Like,
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
hate to anyone that is actually doing well at it, but
Yeah, absolutely. We're not trying to
you're
promote
still
that.
working your ass off.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I get to enjoy the benefits now. Like there was a while there when I was seeing my new partner that I was concrete. I was waking up at 4 a.m. every day, going to Brisbane,
Yep.
getting home after she got home from work at 5 o'clock. And now, like, she's leaving to go to work and I'm still in bed. Like,
Literally.
And it's having those friends to wake up in the morning, have breakfast with them. When they get home, you can
Absolutely.
sit down and have dinner and watch a movie and all that.
And just be able to like switch off and know, yep, tomorrow I'm going to be able to hit hard again.
Yeah.
But I'm able to spend the time with family and friends and the people that you love. And I think that's the biggest and most important thing. Now that I am working for myself and being able to choose, you know what, this Friday, I'm not going to work. I'm going to go camping and drink some beers with the people I want to be drinking beers with.
Exactly.
And not go, oh, look, boys, can't this weekend, can't afford it. Oh, look, boys, I'll come up Saturday Arvo because I got to do shit for work.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, it's good. And, yeah, the media business is going well. It's sort of, having everything just tick over so I can then work on the things that you guys are going to start to see. The YouTube is going to get pumped. Socials are going to get pumped. And then, some big exciting news coming up, which will be cool, which we'll touch on at some stage.
Like you got back into sort of a bit of a sidetrack, but like you got into, you used to have your own YouTube channel well before Explore Life, everything like that.
Did.
That's sort of where the name TOMM.CAMPS come from.
Yeah.
Like if we touch on that, like everyone knows you as TOMM.CAMPS, not
Yeah.
your real name, which I don't know if you want to actually put out there, but
My name is Tom Breakspear.
yeah.
My last name is Breakspear, not Camps. And you guys would have no idea how many times I've been asked in person, I actually thought your last name was Camps.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck me, I wish it was.
Yeah.
But
It'd be a marketing ploy.
oh my God, I would know exactly what I was meant to do my whole life if I came out of the womb Tommy Camps.
Yeah.
But-
And then, so obviously, like, you're not let's just call it like a daily YouTuber.
No.
You've got a couple of videos out there
Yeah.
now, and like your first video, you invited me to come out to Kenilworth with a heap of sick blokes, which
That was an epic time.
yeah, we just had a sick time in the bush, just filming, having fun, running around. And like it turned out to be an awesome video. It went crazy.
Yeah, the video went really well. And that's sort of what I want to do. I want to put the extra time, put the extra money into videos and try and come out way more consistently. Like as soon as I drop my next video, from there onwards, I'm going to try my best to keep it pumping.
Yeah.
Which will be the goal. And yeah, that video went well. A lot of people liked it because it was just relatable. Just mates camping at a local spot and going and full driving.
There was just everything in it though.
Yeah.
Like there was just good times around camps.
Absolutely.
There was a little bit of like breakages and dramas, which just happens on the track. We got through that.
Absolutely.
There was just
Macca.
bashing up hills, full
Macca
throttle,
bashing up hills.
everything. Like, but it's just like, who was the one that rolled into the creek nearly?
Smithy.
Yeah.
Smithy fuck rolled.
Just like missed a turn, dropped off into a creek. Like,
Yeah. Like after climbing up, doing a big hill climb, you have to do like this right 3-point kind of little turn.
S-bend.
S-bend, and Smithy, as he does, Smithy's 80. He went around and just dropped that 35-inch trep straight off the track into this creek, which ended up being a recovery and a thing in itself.
It was just a laugh.
It was a laugh. It was good fun because Smithy was just doing what Smithy does and he was just laughing and was just like, oh, well,
Yeah.
what's next? can we get us out of here so we can hit another track? And we got to the top of the hill and his car wouldn't start.
Yeah.
So
always something. But that's just part of like it. That mix of group that we went out with that day.
Yep.
You had some like brand new cars, some modern cars. We had like V8 Land Cruisers, Patrols, 80 series, old Hiluxes.
Absolutely.
Your product. Like there was a mix of absolutely everything out there.
Yeah.
And
it
made
was sick.
because everyone had a different car.
Yeah.
Everyone drove the same line different.
Yeah.
Like that was the coolest part about it. You didn't have 579 series Land Cruisers doing the exact same line.
No.
It was 5 different style cars doing the same track. That there was some cars out there that made my ute look shit on a track, and then there was some tracks where I made them look shit.
Absolutely.
And it's just like it's different cars perform differently on the same track.
Yep.
It's a weird way of putting it.
And that's how it turned out. Like the video showed that, like we had that Hilux, the IFS front Hilux. You had my IFS Prado. Camera stopped.
Camera.
Run. Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Little intervention.
Little interventions.
Swap the camera batteries out. We're a one-man show around here, so
Yeah, we don't have the crew behind the camera.
There is no button pushers here like the
No.
Alpha Blokes or
No.
Two Flogs or Gypsy Tales or any of those legends that are still hustling.
Yeah.
But it's just me running a camera, a soundboard, and talking shit.
Everything.
Yeah, so
Absolutely everything.
I would employ someone, but it's it's on
Money.
the fly this most of the time. It's
Yeah.
money. Like I haven't said it yet, but basically when I get back from Victoria, I'm getting a shed. So massive, big industrial warehouse.
Oh yeah.
A bit of an exclusive for potty only.
Ooh.
You won't actually find out about it on socials until
It's up.
I get it.
Yeah.
So
It's coming.
yeah, massive shed, like
Yep.
huge shed.
So exciting.
It's so I'm keen for that. So we'll have a dedicated filming potty studio,
Car fixing,
everything loaded in. Yeah,
beer drinking.
pool bars, party rooms, whatever you want to do.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be great. And I probably shouldn't say it because she hasn't announced it, but there's something crazy going on.
What?
Yeah, don't worry. It's
What?
what?
Do I not know?
No, I'm gonna bleep this, but yeah, Bridget's moving next door. Holy fuck. Yeah.
Oh, next
Yeah.
to you
Yeah.
in your dad's sheds.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Obviously you wouldn't have just heard all that, but
Wow.
yeah, it's
Exciting times to come.
yeah, there's a bit going on. So it's time to really pump into content
Yep.
end of the year and push it hard. So
Let's go.
there's a lot happening.
Very
But,
exciting.
yeah. So what's your plans? What's happening for Tommy Camps? Looking forward.
Yep.
Socials, YouTube, work.
Yep. Well, pretty
Bloody-
much. I took a little bit of a break off socials. Was just like a lot quieter. I was posting 3 or 4 times a week, consistent stories every single day.
Yeah.
But for the last month or two, it's been quiet because I've been focusing on some big projects in the background. So pretty much everything is going to be revealed and released the 1st or 2nd of September.
Yep.
But because this potty will be out by then, because this potty will be released in those days, I'm going to be hosting a big event, which is something that has taken a lot of planning and a lot of time, a lot of meetings,
Yep.
all the logistical worries and stuff like that. But I'm hosting an event for the full drive camping touring community, which Mac is going to be involved. The Locked and
Definitely.
Loaded boys are going to be involved. It's going to be an epic weekend. It's going to be out at Manor Park.
Yep.
So about 2.5, 3 hours northwest of Brizzy. Swimming holes. They're setting up a big water slide, like a big tarp
Yep.
water slide. I'm getting DJs out there, so it's going to be the biggest and best country music.
Sick.
Big sing-alongs, party, rave. It's going to be like a massive community camp out where we just get to meet new people, yarn with people. There's going to be some cool brands that get involved
Yep.
and help sponsor the event. And it is going to be a full ticketed thing.
Yep.
So it is going to be $40 a person to come for the weekend as a part of my ticketing thing
Yep.
with Manor Park. And that's just to help fund everything and make it go smoothly because we got obviously the DJ, stage, speakers, You got to have all the right insurances. You got to have medics on site because it's a big park and you can bring your dirt
Organised
bikes.
events
And it's just, it is a logistical nightmare, but we've worked through it and it's happening. So the 18th to the 20th of October, you got to get in quick because there is only 1,000 tickets available. And when the tickets are gone, you're just going to have to wait till the next one because, it is a super tight event. And obviously you go to rodeos, you go to big events and campouts, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people there. This is just going to be 1,000 people, like-minded people, getting along, having fun,
Sick.
drinking beers, and having a good time, wheeling, swimming, partying, whatever
That's
it is.
And it's an opportunity to come and meet the people that you're watching on socials.
Absolutely.
Or you're looking up to for inspiration or...
So we're all obviously going to be there. We're all going to be camping the entire weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to have faces like Mitch and Sam from Built Not Bought.
Yeah.
They're going to come out. Mac is going to be there. Alec and Mitch from Locked and Loaded is going to be there. I'm obviously going to be there. And then all your biggest and best favourite YouTubers might not stay for the weekend, but then your other ones, they might come down for the day or they might bring their car down and just have a yarn with everyone.
Sick.
So it's going to be a big industry first, I'd say. And then, I'm hoping that Macca will set up a little potty station.
That's a plan.
At some stage through the weekend, and maybe give some of you guys the opportunity to come and chat about some topics, some hot topics, and maybe even ask Macca some hot questions that you guys are wanting to find out. What suspension and lift are you guys running? That's the plan.
Everyone listening to this is probably chomping at the bit. We'll round it off with, when is it? 18th to 20th of
18th
October?
to the 20th of October at Manor Park. And if you guys want any more info, head over to my Instagram, TOMM.CAMPS, or head over to the Manor Park website and get your tickets before they are gone, because I'm pretty confident that within the first couple of days, they're going to be gone and it's going to be an exclusive
might even
thing.
share a thing to the potty page as well.
Yep.
Just everyone that's listening to this will be on the potty page or Tommy's page. And
Hell yeah.
We'll be out there. So
let's do that. The Big Mac podcast and the FRP and everyone.
Yeah,
all
Froth
the
Bros,
businesses
the
will
whole
be there.
lot. Whatever buddy thing I'm doing now. That's riding solo now. It's the best buddy call I ever made. So
fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Business is going absolutely crazy.
Business is booming.
Yeah,
well,
it's been good.
Let's switch it up. Let's get the guest asking Boss Man Macca.
Ask me some questions.
Because as a listener and as a fan and a friend, I'm sure a lot of people will have some questions as well. But what about plans for you? Because obviously there hasn't been a whole lot of podcasts going up, but there's been socials up there. There's been YouTube. You've been focusing on the YouTube.
Yeah, been pumping YouTube.
Give us the next 12 months, if you could put a finger on it. Sponsors, partners, collaborations, potty business.
I feel like it's such a loaded question because I could talk on it for hours.
Yep. Well, let's start with the businesses.
Businesses, it's basically I took over. I started FRP, so Froth and Raise Parts. I bought a mate into that. That didn't work out. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yep.
There's a reason I haven't talked about it publicly, and there's it'll come out one day, but not now.
Not now.
I took the business into my control to do the right thing. The way it wasn't running previously was absolutely horrible. So, I've kickstarted that up.
Yep.
It's running nice. It's got the bull bars going. It's doing everything it was supposed to from the start. Froth Bros shop is killing it. So I decided to merge everything, Hey Mac, FRP and FBM all into one central spot website. 3 websites, 4 Instagram pages,
That's
2
a
YouTube
lot.
channels, a podcast page. Like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And so, it's just put it in one spot. You can go buy merch and all that. And the amount of time that I spend, designing bull bars or building bull bars or like packing stuff, and it's just me. And then on top of that, I'm working, whether it's, cash work or out in the shed or filming or editing. Like to edit a video, let's just say it takes 8 hours. It's 1 day a week. Packing orders, there's another day a week. Let's say film and editing 2 to 3 days a week again. And then you've got socials and then other work. Like there's your whole week. And then when do you go out to properly go do content or have
Exactly.
fun or do a trip away. And so,
I think that's something that
Yeah,
people
it's,
do miss out on is the time that it takes
yeah,
to when you see a YouTube video that's like literally could have been 3 or 4 days straight of editing, not even including the filming or anything like that. And people go, oh yeah, new video's out. But then the people like us who are releasing them have gone, yep, well that isn't going to earn us any coin. And that was 4 days of work.
It's crazy because, well, at Rocky, you were with me. I hit 1,000 subs. I got YouTube monetization and everything like that. I was so stoked. And look, I'm still very stoked on it. But if I put out a YouTube video, I think one of the last videos made me like $450.
Yep.
That didn't even pay for my own time to edit it, go out and film it, the tank of fuel, the food, the camp permits.
Me.
Like, it's, yeah, or if I've got Tommy filming, like it still comes out of the pocket of, you know, if I sell a wool bar, the profits go back to producing content or designing more bars or something like that. And so, yeah, to answer the question of where like potties have been, it's, you sort of got to get it to a selfish point of chasing money because without money coming in and not working a 9 to 5, like I get more freedom to create content and do that. But then it's like a catch-22 of like, you're either creating content and making no money or very little money. And if you're making money working, you've got no time to make content. And it's, it is hard. I don't know. I struggle with it sometimes. Just some weeks you sit there and you just go, I'm mentally and physically drained. I just can't do anything.
Yeah.
So it's like the potty got put on the back burner because it just, you know, there's only so many times through the week where you can sit down with, and I suppose this is another one to talk about, is like getting guests on is so hard to organise. Like whether it's the actual interest in the guest of wanting to be on the podcast or trying to line up a time of when we can both sit down for an hour or two and just talk.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it sort of got put on the back burner being so busy, and like I want to hit it hard at once, get a heap of episodes out and ready, and then I can drop back for a couple of weeks and go, all right, I've got this to do. Like, yeah, so it's a challenge.
Definitely a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Especially with how much you've got going on between
Yeah.
the bull bars, the merch, the podcast, all the events you've been going to, and then obviously just running the Hey Big Mac Instagram.
Yeah.
That's a job in itself.
Oh,
Trying to,
and like I used to be, like you said, like when I started and I had the freedom to do it, it was a post every day, 7 days a week. And then I think I'm about one post a week, which I'm happy with.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of people that would want to see more, but I also feel like in myself, I reach a level of, and you'll get the exact same thing. You reach a level where your own self-worth in the content has to be at a certain level. Like you keep a quality content running and going. Like I could just go out to the car park right now, take a photo of the ute, post it. But it's just like, all right, well, what's changed? What's different? There's a schedule of, hold on, I've got to post before this that something's changed on the ute. That's got to go up first. And
100%
even getting into
agree.
YouTube, like I used to be able to go out, film a weekend, bang, within a couple of minutes, there's a reel up of the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But when you're filming YouTube, you're like, well, I've got to think about this. I've got to get the reel ready. Then I've got to go home, edit a YouTube video, 2 weeks until that comes out, or a week. Or, like sometimes I can do a 24-hour turnaround on a video.
That's awesome.
It is hard.
That's fucked.
It is hard.
Yeah.
But then you've got that video to get edited, Instagram Reels, try and get all that out before, let's say, someone else spoils the weekend on you and posts something else that your video was going to capitalize on.
And that's the hardest part.
And it's
like,
tricky.
Yeah. Even that, the Kenilworth weekend, like I was like, look, I'm going to put some serious time and money into this episode. It's going to be an epic episode. And it didn't drop probably until 2 months after the trip.
At least 6 weeks.
And I was like, fuck. Like I've told all these people to just keep it on the down low and not post many stories and not post what happened to Smithy's car and everything like that. And it was 2 months later that I had the effects got done. The editing got done to a point I was happy with. The thumbnail got done to the point where I was happy to release my very first YouTube video back.
Yeah.
Which was worth it in the long run. But for those 2 months, it's like I'm holding back 10 of my mates who have mad shots of their car.
Just even the reels that everyone got on their phone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, everything.
And it comes down to a lot of, I've learnt this the hard way too, between, let's just say, different friend groups and that. Like, you go out filming for a weekend and you've got this sick video, and then all of a sudden you see it on someone's TikTok reel of like a key moment or something. You're like, fuck, well, that's just like spoiled it.
Yep.
Like, that's it. And it's sort of a selfish way of looking at it, but like, that's my business you're fucking with. That's my income you're fucking with. And
Yep.
the fuck is that? Oh, it's a truck.
Bin truck.
We could hear a truck outside. Bin truck. Bin day.
And you know who is a
but yeah.
fucking velociraptor when it comes to that stuff, and you know who you know exactly who I'm about to say.
I think maybe, yeah.
Bridget.
Oh, yes.
You do
Yes.
not fuck with Bridget.
No.
We love Bridget. We love Bridget to bits.
Yeah.
But you do not. She's
so calculated. And
yeah. It's amazing.
This woman, sorry, Bridge, but you overstress everything. She, it's the littlest thing. And she will sometimes call me when there's a trip or something's got to be changed. Like there was one thing for the, when we went up to Poon and Gladdy and filmed up there with like Lane and Ellie and everyone. And she was like, guys. She put us all in a group chat, made this FaceTime call with everyone. She was like, guys, does it affect anyone if I leave half a day earlier to go film this event, which is, I think, turned into be the Super Cheap Auto ad for the, like, whatever it was.
Yep.
And I want to hang shit on her for a second. You appeared on screen for 1 second.
The tiniest.
But I would have, in her shoes, I would have done the exact same thing. Like, you can
Epic opportunity.
That's why some of these people, they will bend the earth for everything they're doing to meet sponsors and partnerships and whether it's viewership and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And good on it, but she stressed so hard about it, and we're like, bro, Josh will drive the ute home.
Yeah.
Or the wagon
chilling.
home, and
whatever.
we'll just chill and we cruise. Like, it didn't affect us
and
at all.
It worked well, but Bridget
wa-
is someone that,
So
as like
calculated.
a content creator, you look up to and be like, fuck, I wish I could be that. Like,
how organised she is.
Yeah.
Her plannings for a trip. Like,
Yeah.
I got to sit down with her one day, and it was for one of NASA's first early episodes.
oh yeah.
And she was just like, all right, it was like spreadsheets of, we're going to go here, here's a photo of this is how we're going to do an intro, this is how we're going to do an ad read, this is how we're going to do this. I was like,
Whoa.
like mind-boggling. And I was like, but everyone, when I look up to these people and I want to be doing what they're doing for a living, I look at everything they're doing as like, how can I learn from that? How can I take pieces from that and
make it your own?
make my own system work to be able to produce what is Macca? And like, having Bridget as such a good friend that she goes, like, the tips that she's given us about different things, like posting on socials, what to do with YouTube, when you're filming, how to interact with people, the way you interact with cameras, like, insane.
Yeah.
But like, we'll sit there, and the Gladstone trip was like, it's one of those trips where we went up there, you were filming for me, she had Josh filming for her.
Yep.
And then all those footage we had, whether it was on our phones, that we got a couple of things out because everyone knew we were away. And so we got a couple of reels up, and then we got like these banger reels and photos and videos. And it's funny because by the time the Gladstone episode come out, we got Alec.
Alec, we're at Locked and Loaded HQ.
Locked and loaded. Oh. He's in a moon boot. Come take a seat, man. But yeah, like, it's she sits there. We film everything 2 months out, and then finally the video drops, and I look back and I go, my car isn't even the same anymore.
Literally,
like, everything's changed, and
so different.
It's one of the things when you film videos and put a lot of effort into it, it takes a lot of time. So
sure does.
Yeah.
Sure does. Alec is in the house.
Hey guys. I think we're on the topic of content creation and how things just go out of proportion.
Oh, Alec.
Yeah.
You know all about that, baby.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
What's
going on, mate? You've got crutches, you're in a moon boot, we're packing bags, we're about to drive to Victoria.
We're about to go. Hey, it's me again. You have heard and seen me before on the potty.
What has happened to your foot?
Oh, what's going
Alec?
on with me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrestling like a couple of tigers down at the Australia Zoo. Had a bit of a biff.
Just those 30-year-old cougars, huh?
Yeah, a couple of cougars. One of them stood on my foot and broke it in 37 different places.
Yeah.
No, I was actually at Bribey right now.
Bribey right now.
Bribey RN.
Two Sundays ago, thought I'd be a bit of a hero, and I come down on my foot a little bit funny, broke my heel straight across the bottom, so I got a boot for another 6 weeks, and then physio. So yeah, don't even have a really cool story. I broke my foot on a beach.
Yep.
That's embarrassing.
He did it in a pretty spot though.
Yeah, at least we're at Bribey.
Yeah. Bribey right now, turned into
right now.
hospital right now.
We talked about Sunday scaries.
Oh yeah, but I still managed to drive off the beach to the pub,
Sick.
from the pub back home. So that's it. That was it. Yeah, nothing but pain. What else has been going on with me?
Give us a locked and
Since we
loaded.
last talked, you moved to Brizzy.
Yes,
we're in Brisbane.
we're in Brisbane. We're in my house in Brisbane, which is awesome.
Yeehaw.
Mitch and I are living together, which is exciting.
Yep.
There's been heaps going on with Locked and Loaded moving forward, with content coming out, collaborating with both the boys that are sitting here on this potty right now.
Yeah, baby.
Massive thanks to both of you for everything that you have done for us.
Always.
It's been a massive help.
You do
so
the same.
You do
Yeah.
the same
You
for
do the
us.
same.
More than happy to bend over backwards for you boys, and I know you give
Oh.
it back. And I'll even bend over forwards if you want. But no, heaps. Just been settling in, enjoying it.
Yeah.
Trying to make the most of it. We're building the Series 4 at the moment. That's well and truly in full swing.
It's looking
Sure
sick.
is.
Yep. I don't know if the shorty was done or if it was
Yeah, what
close.
was the date when
think-
you
I
guys...
can't remember, but
Well, it was basically the start of the year, so
It wouldn't have been
probably
done.
not then. Yeah.
no,
well,
you're only just talking about it. So
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
shorty's done.
yeah,
It's driving, running, loving it. Friggin'
ripping around.
yep. Boiling, TD things.
Yep.
76 is sick. Haven't done a great deal in terms of.
Oh, let's talk about the fire.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
let's
throw
talk
that
about
down,
that.
'cause,
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Outside looking in, you see one day Tommy's put up a reel of King's gear, and the next day he's in the middle of Brisbane
You mean-
CBD with Alex 76 on fire.
You mean Blue Arc?
Blue Arc.
It's not
Blue Arc.
Kings. It's Blue Arc.
Blue Arc.
It is Blue Arc.
Well, it nearly blew up.
It
So,
did nearly blow up.
yeah. So that was a fuck up of my own. Everything on my car is all Red Arc gear. I don't have any Kings. There's no cheap. I've not cheaped out with anything on that car. It was all wired by an auto lecky as well.
Yep.
The only thing that was not wired by an auto lecky was a constant feed power with Anderson's, which runs my fridge in the back. And at the time, just a stupid mistake. I didn't fuse that wire. I didn't have an isolator, and I just assumed that the fuse on the fridge would have been enough to pop and stop the,
Which usually happens.
stop the constant power. But the fridge wasn't on in this situation, so. There's a power wire that runs from the fridge up the MSA drop-down slide, and it had got pinched where the
mechanism.
fold bracket, where it drops down. Unknown, because I was out at work. I am FIFO for those of you that don't know. I was out at work and I get a phone call from Tommy at, 2:30 in the
2:30
morning?
a.m.
Yeah, and I was on night shift, thankfully. But I could just hear it in Tommy's voice. I could hear like the trembling where it was like, hey man. And I'm like,
so sorry.
I was like,
Because
what?
usually when Tommy answers the phone,
Hey man, what's going on?
yeah.
And I just knew, and I was like, Tommy, what's going on? Is everything okay? Like,
Yeah.
my first thought was that he'd had a crash,
yeah,
Or something
or
defected.
or that,
Or
and
that.
and
I just thought worst case scenario, and then he goes, everything's okay,
The car's fine.
everything's okay, your car's fine,
But
but yeah, and I was like, oh no, here we go.
the front fell off.
The whole front fell. Well, the back nearly fell off.
Yeah.
And then he said there was a electrical fire. And he just said, I don't know what's going on. Fireys were here. Mitch is flying in tomorrow.
Yep.
Because he was coming back from snow trip or
Yep. Yeah, it was.
I don't know. He's been on that many bloody holidays lately. It's funny. But he was coming back from somewhere anyway. And I said, well, we'll get Mitch to have a look and evaluate. But you
And
can
we did.
tell the story from
we did. So
what happened.
Yeah, so pretty much I was like, Alec, brother, I've got a new girl. It's time. I need to impress here. Got an opportunity. I need to drop my Prado off and I need to get in your Land Cruiser. So I did a valley run for some of my mates, took them in, no problems at all. Went back home, went back out early hours of the morning, back into the centre of Brisbane City to the valley. Picked him up in the cruiser. Alec is getting Snapchats and messages as I'm crawling through from mates.
Just people that
Just
recognise the car.
asking
Yeah.
and recognising the car, saying, Alec, pick us up, take us home.
Hey, no, I'm actually at work.
And so I picked up my missus from the valley, and she jumped in. We got to the set of lights. We were at the very front. Thank God we were at the front. And she looks back and goes, why is it smoking? And within 5 or 10 seconds, the cabin was engulfed in smoke. And first immediate thought was like, oh my God, like I was fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
And I was like, we got to get away from traffic. So I darted through the red light, yoinked the car onto a curb and got out of the car, turned it off, opened up all the doors. And then luckily there was an undercover Camry behind me who chased us through the red lights and sirens, chased us
the
down the
whole
road.
lot.
Thinking that I was just running reds and speeding out of the city. But no, the car was actually smoking. And they pulled up. I was like, guys, the car's on fire. The car's on fire. At this point, I didn't actually get to see what was happening. I was just darting through the car trying to find an extinguisher, but then they pulled up with an extinguisher and they then went around. I opened the rear tire, the rear jerry, opened both back doors. It had calmed down when the car stopped, but then it's like the cord reignited and then was smoking up everything again. And then they extinguished. We didn't know whether it was on fire. We didn't know. The smoke ended up just purely being the wire, the rubber
The insulation.
the insulation melting. And then, everything, the fireys rocked up, isolated everything. My boys were actually there and rocked up, and we isolated the 12-volt system from the shit that actually can make the car run.
Yeah. Straight off the second battery. So
Yeah.
There's no power at all through the car from the dual batteries.
Yeah. So there was no power going to the back. So shout out to the boys who were there with tools to isolate that so we could drive home. And then, it was about a 20-minute drive home. We stopped 3 or 4 times on the way home just to make sure that wire wasn't glowing again. And then we got home and put the missus to bed and I was like, I got to go make a phone call.
Yeah. I have a phone call to make.
And then I called Alec, and shout out to Alec because he only cared about us, not the car.
Yeah, dude, the car's replaceable. I love that thing, but you're more important than the car. So.
All sorted, got sorted, and now Alec has my car.
What a turn of events.
But that was something that I'm not going to forget ever.
Yeah. And I've since got a fire extinguisher in the car.
Yes.
My new fridge wires are all fused.
Yep.
So that cannot happen again.
Yeah.
And I went over that 12-volt system with a fine-tooth comb after the fact. And I've actually changed quite a bit to make it a hell of a lot safer moving
Just one
forward.
of those things you don't think about, but it's a silent killer.
Yeah, until it happens. I don't know. Like, obviously, it showed itself when Mitch came over and pulled the cord out completely.
Yeah.
The cord was completely fine up until where it was jammed in the thing. And then from the cord back,
Seared.
was fucked.
Yeah.
Completely fucked. But,
Yeah.
life lesson learned. Carrying to have an extinguisher in the car. I've just put an extinguisher in the
Probably
Prado.
need to grab one.
And I think it's something super important that everybody has in their full drive, or any car for that matter, really, because you just don't know
You never know.
it until it happens to you, until you're the guy driving the car that has a cabin smoking up with people that you care about in it.
Yep.
That's when it hits you and you're like,
Fuck.
you got to actually do something about it.
Wild, crazy.
Yeah, so that's what happened to the 76 for...
And hey, the reel went all right, so
It did
Yeah.
winning.
Right, yeah.
You got good content out of it.
Yeah.
Hey,
We got
out
some
of,
content.
Out of everything, Tommy's got one of his best mates' car on fire and he still manages to get content.
I think the funniest thing at the end of the conversation that we had was after Tommy calmed down a little bit and realized that everything's okay.
Yeah.
And I was okay.
And
I was
Alec was
I was
fine.
like, yeah, dude, all good as long as he's all right.
Yep.
Right at the very end of the conversation before he hung up, he goes, I also just thought I'd let you know, I did get... I did get a reel, and it's going to be really good. Right at the end, I'm like,
Yes.
Sweet.
It's
Thanks,
always
Tommy.
about content.
Yeah.
So when we knew that the car was not going to burn to the ground in the middle of the valley, it was okay, opportunity.
Yeah.
I think I still would have been filming either way. Australia's biggest 76 series burns to the ground.
I probably would have been crying.
Headliners.
I would have cried 100%.
Yeah.
But nah, all gravy. 76 is still standing and singing,
Yep.
We
Yep,
all
she's
are.
all sweet.
and it's just a crazy story to tell
Yeah, bloody oath.
going into anything.
Yeah. Yep. Big lessons learned.
100%.
But yeah.
Big lessons.
So yeah, that's 76.
Yeah.
That's all. Yep, since been fixed. I've got new center console and a few other little bits and bobs in there.
Does
which is
look good.
Super
Doing some
comfortable.
work.
Yep.
Does look very good.
S4's just copped all brace diffs and new suspension work.
Yep.
I don't know. By the time this comes out, I'm going to tell Mitch to let everyone know. But it's getting an FTE.
Bang.
Sick.
We've
I was looking at it before.
Yeah, it's in the
pretty
garage.
cool.
We just picked up all the new rods and bearings and everything. Max from HD Auto is coming to help big time with that.
Yeah,
So
Hell
he's like the little FTE wizard now.
he's the man.
Right.
He's that guy. So big shout out Max. He's gonna help Mitch. It's Mitch's car, but Mitch and I with a lot of that moving forward with the FTE conversion.
Yep.
And there's not a great deal of aftermarket parts for FTEs. Like for as common as they're becoming, there's bugger all. Like manifolds, intake and exhaust manifolds, like for high mount turbos and just really cool things that you could get on a TD are not available for an FTE. Well, it's just,
Interesting.
I don't know. There's a very, very open spot in the market. If anybody's looking for it, it's there.
Yeah.
Make some cool stuff and you'll sell plenty of them. Yeah. Just
Unreal.
Max, if you're listening, he's giving you a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max, I know you're busy. And I know you don't want to be any busier.
Yeah.
But man,
But
outsource.
Time to get FT.
No, that's me. That's what's been going on. And
very
right
exciting.
now, I just finished packing my bags because we're going to Victoria.
yeah, we're going to be very close for the next
Whoa, couple
20
days.
something hours.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to be jumping in, but with so much stuff
You're a
happening,
busy man.
and the last couple days, weeks before the launch of everything,
Have you spoken about that?
spoke
bit,
about the
yeah.
event, said that
Yep.
Big Mac and the Locked and Loaded boys are going to be a big part of the event.
Yep. We're super keen for that too.
Yeah, very keen.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we touch on
Hey, when are you releasing the potty?
September? What I've spoken to you and you about.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Should we?
Potty exclusive?
Potty
Near
exclusive.
the end, if you listen to the end, you'll find
Okay, so I'm starting, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, it's fucking the same as everyone else." Shut up! It's not. It is an exclusive, genuine, out of my back pocket style of giveaway and merchandise release that I'm doing with the people that I'm close with, being Macca, Alec, and Mitch.
Yep.
So pretty much the way I'm going to be working things is I'm going to have a small number of merchandise released between 700 to 1,000.
just a small number.
Well, yeah, compared to everybody else.
It's small in comparison to giveaways.
So the incentive is that it's going to be new designs, sick designs, genuine shirts that people are going to want to wear.
Yeah.
And the incentive for it is that you go into the draw to win awesome prizes that don't have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and then even with the big dogs, millions of entrants. There's 1,000 entrants. You have a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning, not a 1 in 100,000, which is
1 in 1 million.
or a 1 in 1 million.
And to be completely fair, with what we've spoken about, I feel like the prizes are still very similar to what those people could be winning with the 1 in 100,000.
Exactly. And
they're quite generous giveaways.
That's the goal. The goal is to really give back to you guys. Everybody can say, yeah, we're giving back to you guys, but only 1 of 1 million people get to see it.
Whereas
And at the end of the day, you're not going to go empty-handed. You've just paid $30 for an entry. You're going to get a shirt.
Exactly. So you're going to get a shirt, you're going to get a sticker, and you're going to be happy either way because you're going to be going into the entry. You're going to have a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning something cool.
Yep.
And the boys are actually going to be getting involved too,
Yeah,
which
we're
is
oath.
super exciting. So the first collaboration will be with Locked and Loaded Boys in November. So that's locked in. So you guys will have the opportunity to go into the draw for a very, very cool, expensive prize.
Yep. which
And-
we've spoken about.
Yep. And you will also have the choice to buy a very nice and clean locked and loaded shirt or a Tommy Camps lifestyle shirt, something along
Two
those
different
lines.
designs.
And then in January, Big Mac is
I'm up.
jumping in and we're going to do the same thing. Whether Macca decides to do a shirt or a hat or a stubby cooler,
Do a bit of this, bit of that.
bit of this, bit of that. It'll be giving you guys the opportunity to support us,
Yep.
but also gives us the opportunity to support you and working together as a team and collaborating with the platforms we have to actually do something
back.
good with it.
Yep. Yeah, we're trying to do good.
Yeah, we
Just
want
do
to
good and give back.
we want to
That's
do
it.
good. We don't want to be money hungry and go enter. It's like there's 1,000 shirts there. You'll have a good
There's
chance.
1,000 shirts. Let's sell 1,000 shirts to 1,000 of you guys.
Yep.
Have some fun with it.
Yep.
And basically turn around and go, all right, we've sold 1,000 shirts.
Yeah.
Let's find something that we can meet a value of 1,000 shirts and
Yeah.
go, what prizes can we give away?
Exactly.
Like,
What can
is
we
it
do
going to
to
be
give back?
bloody, I don't know, bull bars, rooftop tents, bloody, you know, recovery
Holidays.
gear, like
Holidays,
trips,
rims, tyres.
like
Fuel.
Fuel,
Fuel.
beers.
beers.
There's a lot of cool prizes that are sort of in the wind. But yeah, the goal is pretty much to be different to the rest, but same vibe. Like
Yep.
we're obviously selling shirts and giving away shit, but we're selling shirts and we're giving away shit to a much smaller, more genuine number
Yeah.
of people.
Yep.
A more realistic number that has you guys go, oh,
Yeah.
if I
And
spend $50 with these boys, I have a 1 in 1,000 chance.
Yeah.
If I spend $50 or get a package from some of the big names, it's 1 in 1 million.
And this isn't like a business we're starting like
No.
RNTC Plus.
no.
It's just
is just us.
it's a collaborated giveaway to just give back to
Yeah.
people, and you know we can afford to reach out to some companies and go,
Yeah.
hey, we want to include you in this,
Yeah.
advertising, whatever it might be.
Yep.
But then we get to give back to someone who's passionate about what we're doing, what they're
Yeah.
doing. They want to
Supporters
get
of
out.
us.
Like
Yeah.
there's some people that I know are shit scared to go up the beach because they don't have recovery gear or max
Exactly.
tracks or something like that.
Exactly right.
You know, they're when you're talking what $400 for a set of max tracks these days.
Yeah.
Like they're
not
not
cheap.
They're not cheap when you're talking, let's say, the everyday person
Hmm.
that's their family's budget to go away on
Yeah.
a holiday.
Exactly. And like that's what we want to do. We want to change it up. Yes, people can give away cars, caravans, camper trailers, rooftop tents, this and that. And I'm sure we'll give away some of those things, but we want to change it up. We want to go, we're going to shout you a trip to Nashville with you and your family. Or we're going to give you 6 months worth of fuel for free because living costs and that sort of thing is going crazy in Australia.
Yeah.
Pay for a trip to come on a trip with us.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's-
Experiences as well as like cash prizes, as well as like physical things for your four-wheel drive and camping setups. We're going to change it up. We're going to have it be different to the rest. And the fact that we're capping numbers,
Yeah.
we're not going to earn as much money, but you guys are going to benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
can't
that's-
quit my day job from these if that makes it any better.
Yeah.
I can't quit my job. So
That's
we
why
just
we're
want to give
still
back.
hustling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just want to give back. We want to help.
And
That's it.
I think we're the good part of the industry that we actually want to see each other
100%, man. We're all trying to
Go up.
see each other succeed
Yeah.
and push forward.
and work together to get there, not work against each other.
No,
That's it.
no way, man.
100%.
Well, there's some insights into what we're going to be doing, boys.
A little sneaky one.
Little sneaky.
It's potty exclusive because this is unreleased.
Unreleased.
This is all like still on paper.
This
under here
is
somewhere.
there's a book.
Yeah. It's in here.
Yep.
In the head.
We've talked about it. We've locked it in.
Yep.
So November will be Tommy and the Locked and Loaded boys.
Yep.
January will be Tommy and Big Mac, and then I'm sure we'll probably do another couple next year, bigger and better.
Yeah, bloody oath, man.
Something like that.
Hell yeah.
It's crazy because now I'm going to copy Tommy. I'm doing my own giveaway stuff, but that's a whole different story.
New story.
And, well, I'll tease it. I'm doing a giveaway system that no one's doing in Australia.
Bang.
No one is doing in Australia.
Okay, well,
I love that.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah.
That is very exciting.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Coming
go.
soon to the Hey Big Mac
Coming
podcast.
soon.
Hopefully, I'm coming soon.
You did that this morning. Get out of here. Absolutely not, because I'm driving and I've already got beers in the fridge for you. I'm looking after you on this trip. Well, Alex, my little Paso princess. Shout out your mates.
Yes.
Actually, I got a 4-pack of G-Ups in there. How do you go check out Troy Candy's new shit?
Yeah, it's good.
So,
Good.
I'm just going to check this camera quickly. Keep
Yes.
yarning.
We're yarning. It's been a good potty so far. We've touched on some... Yeah. We've touched on some hot topics. Oh, my dad just bought a Hilux.
Did he?
Yeah.
And an 80.
Yeah. The thing's fucking mint too.
Tommy bought a Hilux. No.
So here's a... You know what? My dad will probably listen to this. My dad is someone who loves looking at shit and loves talking about shit,
But never following through.
but
with
will
shit.
never follow through with it. And he's wanted a Hilux for a while that's fully built. He sent me this one. He emailed, old school, emailed this to me this morning. He emailed it to me, bro.
Email.
And he goes, and then he calls me. He's like, "Did you just see my email?" I'm like, I'll look right now. And it's this fucking beautiful N80 silver with
gorgeous.
all the works, 12-volt system, water tank, lift, tires, the entire build. And he's like, "Yeah, we'll go look at it." And he's super keen on it. So I called the salesman and I put a deposit on it for him. So we
So
can't.
he's actually got no choice.
Yeah. Because
Tommy Camps cross Tommy Camps daddy.
I called the salesman and he's like, "Yeah, we've got 2 people looking at it this morning and you guys are looking at it this afternoon." I'm like, "No.
You're like,
Actually, I'm going to put a deposit on this car and we'll come and see you this afternoon." Yeah. So,
Jeez.
awesome.
some exciting
That's
things.
exciting.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
I bet he's gonna be stoked.
I haven't told Dad that I've put the deposit on the car yet.
He gets there and he absolutely hates it.
He's like, pass.
Yeah, not interested.
You're like,
But
when
it has a Just Auto sticker, so I don't know.
Oh.
It's been tickled.
Shout out JA. It's had the spiciness.
It has had some spice.
could have limiter.
It could,
Could have limiter.
it could
It
have
could have
limiter.
limit. Oh, I can confirm limiter is sick.
Yes,
Sh-
Macca actually. Let's
Shout out to the boys. They've just done my ute.
Yeah,
There
let's
is a
talk about
YouTube video
yours.
coming soon. And I love it.
Yep.
So yeah, well
We actually need to go on a quick.
we do need I need to take you for
You
a
need to
hot
take
run.
me for a hot run
Hot run
because
before we go, yeah.
we spent days in the car together
Oh,
And-
days.
on that trip up north.
It was more like weeks.
It was literally weeks in the
Yeah.
car together, and I love Macca's Cruiser, and it has way more power than a lot of cars I've been in, but now it's been tickled,
It's been tickled. It's been juiced up again.
and I cannot wait to go for a drive in
Yeah.
it.
I basically walked in, said to the boys, "Look, I beat the shit out of everything I touch.
Yep.
I'm hard on the gear. I want a bit extra, but I don't want to overdo it." And yeah, they did it.
They did it.
It's bloody perfect.
And the beach to bush rooftop tent is
Yeah.
black.
No, well, it's actually tan.
Oh, it is tan
It's tanned, but you wouldn't know that because it's black from soot.
because it's black from soot.
Yeah.
Indeed.
No, it's yeah. Oh, the thing is just doing the multi-map switching. It's just one of those things on the top of my list that I was like, I want to do multi-mapping, not for the reason of, you just have multiple tunes. You've got, your winching idle up, which I actually used yesterday. Well, a whole separate story we'll get in a sec, but
You winched?
yeah, don't worry about it. So in the mapping, you've got like your idle up winching, your stock tune, your tow tune, your power tune, and your launch control tune.
Yep.
So launch control is just lumpy idle, hold your foot flat, buddy. Basically, launch control is what it sounds like, 2,500 RPM, just holds up, like it's sick. And then you got a hard cut limiter and all that stuff. That's just the fun stuff.
It's going to make the driving experience that much nicer.
Just
It's going to
fun.
have torque where you want it. Going to
Yeah.
have the high horsepower
Yeah.
without making the big VDJ unreliable.
Yeah. I've been a little bit quiet because I like to sort of, obviously, I think like we touched on earlier, like filming a YouTube video for
Yep.
it. Obviously, I haven't released heaps. It's all sitting in the draft folders.
Yep.
When I can just dump it and go, I
Yeah.
can just dump it and go, and you'll see all the content of that. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. But yeah, so Jakey Dirk messaged me.
Jakey.
So yeah, the boys I was fencing with, he messaged me. They got their work ute stuck, and so with the bull bars, I've just put a brand new X-Bull winch in it.
Yep.
Just company reached out to me, threw me a winch in, 14,500 pound winch, like massive winch.
Yeah.
Anyway, threw it in and I've gone, but the day after I threw it in, I went out to the springs, nearly rolled the ute, winch back
Yep.
up a hill, winch worked flawlessly. And then 2 weeks later, boys call me, hey, we've had 3 cars try and pull this work ute out. It was sunk in like black soil on its side sort of thing.
Fuck.
Like the tray was as deep into the dirt as it was level with the ground.
Yep.
And it's just like sunk in on its side. Basically, I just went up there. We had probably 2-3 meters of winch rope and we just hooked up and this thing was just suctioned in there. It was dragging my ute forward.
What?
So I was basically just like reversed up, basically still hooked up.
Yep.
And then, I'll get to the point. It ripped a recovery point out of the chassis. So like that's how stuck they were. This winch was just pulling. So I reversed up, put it in reverse, buried my car down to its diffs as much as I could, and then just kept going. It was still trying to pull me up out of the hole. Like it was stuck.
Holy shit.
Anyway, eventually we just broke that suction and it just started popping out. But yeah,
Wow.
that winch, man, I was so bloody impressed.
Good on him. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think the biggest test in the back of my head was like, how strong have I built these bull bars?
Yeah.
And it was holding.
And
Like it was dragging, my ute sitting at about 3.3 ton at the moment.
Yep.
Dragging it like nothing.
That's sick.
Like on traps in some pretty grippy terrain.
Yeah.
And I was sort of like sitting over a bank.
Yep.
So it was pulling me up over a bank and then out of holes that I'd created myself. And yeah, so I was like, and their work ute would be 3.5 plus ton.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
maybe 4 ton. It's heavy.
Yep.
And yeah, I was very impressed. Like the bar's doing exactly what I want it to do, what
Yeah.
it's supposed to do, hold a massive winch, do the pulls it's got to do.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you call it R&D, but
And that was
yeah,
some R&D and it passed.
it passed
Shout
with
out
flying
FRP
colours.
bars.
I was stoked. So yeah, look, they're a bar. I'll sit here and say it, devil's advocate. They're not for everyone.
Yep.
They are someone chasing a specific look
Yeah.
for their car. Like I've gone for that pre-runner style. I know that pisses a lot of people off, but I don't really give a fuck.
It looks
It's-
awesome.
Yeah, it's to be. I don't like having the run-of-the-mill gear on my cruiser. And I think people know that by
Yeah.
now. It's like the tray's different, the exhaust is different,
Yeah.
the lift's different. Running big tyres.
Yeah.
Who runs traps on the road? It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb.
But it's yeah, like I wanted a new front end. Like I built the 5-poster 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And that thing was just, it was iconic to that vehicle because
It
I didn't
was.
build one for anyone else.
Yep.
And now I can build them for everyone else. I got the knowledge and the know-how and the
Yep.
connections to do that. And yeah, so I still build the 5-posters and that, but I wanted a slim, tidy bar that was good for off-roading,
Yep.
really good approach angle, high clearance, narrow, like it sits in narrower than a standard stock bumper.
And it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just tidy.
Very tidy. And there's quite a few people out there now. I'm scrolling through TikTok and
Dude.
I'm seeing Rossi.
Honestly, man, the amount of sales and support
Yeah.
I've had through the website for him is absolutely insane. Like I've had
It's
a
good,
couple
bro.
of blokes message me over the last few days, which I'm getting like I'm going away for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm getting, the old boy to start packing orders.
That's amazing.
I've employed a mate to basically build the bars for me. He's a qualified fabricator, so I know
Yep.
everything's done
properly.
good, clean.
Yep.
It's yeah, like there's bars going to like Perth and Broome
Wow.
and Exmouth and WA.
Fuck
I actually just sent my first international order off.
An international order?
International. So I've had a bull bar go to Fiji for a 75 series. It's yeah. Like,
That is epic,
few,
bro.
few little hoops to cross with it,
Yep.
but yeah, got a bull bar overseas. Like
Wow, bro.
it was-
Congrats.
yeah.
That is amazing.
It was expensive, like it was an
Yeah.
expensive process, but
Yeah.
yeah, I helped him out with it.
Yeah.
and, yeah, we made it happen. So
Unreal.
yeah, it's just
FRP is hitting the international waters.
yeah, and like you get some shit for everything you do in this industry.
Oh, you
like
do.
man, I have not known internet hate as much as when I've taken this business to step up and
Really? You're getting
selling
shit
products.
for the bars?
Oh man, every day.
What the
Bloody, you get it from everyone. There's always fuckwits out there, but
fuck those guys.
at the end of the day, every time you're making a post or commenting about something, you're helping the algorithm.
Oh, yeah.
You're supporting me.
Yep.
There's people out there, like I support the bars by selling lights and that I import that are from China. I
Yep.
don't give a fuck. This thing right here that's in my hand, the iPhone,
Yep.
China.
China.
podcast gear we're in with? China. This couch, China.
China.
Half the shit we've got is from China, but because I'm selling lights that are from China,
Yep.
fucking China.
Yep.
Like, so I don't really give a fuck at the end of the day. Like,
No.
I can buy the exact same lights off a named brand,
Yep.
and they're 15 times the cost.
Literally.
You know, same as the fog lights that I use in the bars that I sell for free with every bull bar.
Yeah.
I can buy the exact same lights, I won't mention the company, from a company in Australia for, I think it's 3 times the price I would just sell them for, is generally all I buy them for.
Literally.
Like, it's
crazy.
It's a ruthless industry, and it sucks
is.
sometimes for that reason. But yeah, like the bars, it's just one of those things. People are going to want their genuine ARB bars. Some people are going to want a custom high clearance bar that they can build themselves in a flat pack, or get us to build it for you. And
you cannot please everyone in the industry.
no,
Macca.
you can't. You cannot.
Not possible.
Look, I'm going to do it at the end of the day. I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Absolutely.
But it's like, I do what I like. I do what people around me are like, hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And that's what matters.
Fucking
like the
oath.
people that have messaged me, I fucking love these bars. They're sick.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, you see an order come through.
Yep.
And you're like,
Wow.
holy fuck. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
there is, I can't say every name off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
if a name pops up on my phone from an Instagram message, there's a good chance I've seen their name come through the website. And I'd take a mental note of it. Like,
Yeah.
all right, this guy's supporting me.
Absolutely.
He's worth my time.
100%.
Like, and that's, I'm not saying you're not worth my time if you don't go buy something
No,
off the
no,
website.
no, no, yeah.
But it's like, all right, mental note taken. Like, these people are supporting me early on. Like, some of the boys that I built a bull bar for myself, and someone was like, hey, would you build another one just so I can buy it?
Yeah.
I had no intentions of selling bull bars as a business.
Yeah.
Like, and pretty much until then, like, FRP was just not going to exist.
Yeah. And now look at it.
Yeah.
It's flying.
It's pretty much my sole income.
Yeah.
Like, it's that and still doing cashies and working. And
Fuck yeah.
but yeah, like, same thing, always trying to expand, like, different models. And like, I've got 80 series out at the moment for pre-orders. Like,
That's exciting.
I've got flat base bars, so everyone that does want like the upper high clearance, still the same style, but it sits regular and low and normal.
Yep.
Then we got 5-post DIY kits, 5-post bull bar, like complete builds, like high clearance, low scoops, whatever you want, like full bars. And then like when I get this shed, like tube benders that I want to start doing scrub rails and slider kits.
Sliders.
And I'm not trying to step on anyone's feet in the industry, and like, shout out to Mitchy Faz.
Oh,
Mitch Farrell, like
Faz
Faz Fabrications, he's killing it as well.
Yep.
Like, I think there was a bit of confusion at the start because we're both building and doing bars together, but it was just because we're doing them for our own cars.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then people just kept reaching out going, hey, we want to buy that bar or that kit. And we're just going, well, let's do it. And we bounced off the back of each other, whether it was designing my bar or designing his bar. And there's things that, if I build a bar and I've got yes men around me, I'm going to build a shit bar.
Yeah.
Because it's only what I want.
Absolutely.
Maybe it might hit miss, but there was things that are in my bar and things that are in Mitch's bar that we pointed out for each other.
Yeah.
That go, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's not for the everyday person, but it is for me.
Yeah.
And then, you work those things out. And
100%.
yeah,
And you guys are both killing it. You're both making bars in your own worlds. You're making them for Land Cruisers. He's making them for Collies and D-Maxes and stuff like that. And 70s he's got coming as well. I saw the Hiluxes, and you're both killing it in your own way. And the bars are different in their own way. And you guys are still great mates. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, well, it's like, it'd be a dick move if I went out there and just said, oh, I'm going to sell RA7 Holly bull bars. Like, it's... There's Mitch's design and then there's my design. Like, we can make our own styles of it, but the demand, like trying to keep up with just 70 series Land Cruiser stuff at the moment is a full-time job.
Yep.
Like, and that's why I'm stinging to get this shop and have the space where I can, at the moment, if I have built bar orders, I can only keep 1 or 2 in stock at a time if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
And like it comes on. Like, I've reached out to a mate who is a fabricator.
Yep.
I said, look, I've got an opportunity coming up. You want to make extra money?
Yeah.
Come work. Like,
do it.
yeah.
Fuck
like
yeah.
It's just one of those things, trying to grow a business. And like, you know, I look up to people like Tom at Fat Bars and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like these people started somewhere in their shed and
Absolutely.
in a workshop. And like, I mean, there's countless other businesses out there that
Yep.
have incredible products like
Fuck yeah.
ATD. Like
Yeah.
their
Beautiful
bars are
bars.
worth a fortune because they are immaculate. Everything's perfect. They've put in the
Yeah.
R&D, the proper work, testing.
But even look at
and
King's
changes.
Customs.
Yep,
in
same thing.
WA.
Incredible work, but
Fucking hell.
they all started somewhere.
Yep.
And you know, I'm not saying this is going to be a massive business that's huge,
Yeah,
but
it could be.
you know, it's stepping stones to, you know, one thing at a time. Like I'm getting questions every day about like,
Yep.
do N70s and N80s and GUs and GQs and whatever it is, and it's like one bar at a time.
Yep.
I want to cover all Toyotas and Land Cruisers and everything first,
Yep.
and then when that's done, just keep moving on.
Yep.
So
Well, if you need a
Prado,
if you need a yeah, Prado.
Prado. What is Hector? Prado.
Oh, are you thirsty? Thirsty
boy.
boy.
Jeez. Yeah. So no, just keep building the
Yep.
business, building the brand. Keep
Hell
going.
yeah.
Then you do the same.
We both will climb to the top.
All right. Well, before we finish off, I've got quick fire questions for you.
Quick fire
Quick
questions.
fire questions.
Oh shit.
All right. They don't have to be quick fire, but quick
Okay.
fire.
I'll
All
try.
right. Favorite brand car?
Toyota.
Given. Yeah.
Toyota.
Pretty typical.
The only option.
Yeah. V6, V8.
V8.
V8. Oof. Fuck the Prado.
Fuck the Prado.
Bush or beach?
Beach.
Ooh.
Beach.
Ooh,
I struggle there, but that's beach.
morning or night?
Night.
Night.
Beers.
Yeah. Beers. And then we got 3 other questions here that are a bit long-winded. So
Okay.
3 people in the industry to have dinner with, dead or alive.
3 people in the industry to have dinner with.
Yeah.
Ruthie,
Ooh.
Graham.
Graham from Full Drive.
Yep. Graham Carhill. And I'm going to say Harry from Fighter Fork.
Ooh.
I would love to sit down and have dinner or a beer with Harry.
What is going on? Jesus. This is just the Havy Mac podcast.
Back to another episode.
Oh, God. For everyone that missed that on camera, we're looking at Alec and basically G-Banger on crutches. And yeah, I'm going to have to blur that. Yeah. Yep. It's going to be a fun car ride.
It's going to be a good car ride.
Yeah. So, yeah, bloody, yeah. Ruthie, Graham.
Graham, and Harry.
Nice.
All lads that I've always watched and looked up to.
Yep.
And I think are super knowledgeable in this world.
Yeah, right.
And I'd love to pick their brain
There you go.
at some stage.
Sick. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. Retired.
Oof.
76 Series Land Cruiser.
Yep.
Beach in a babe.
Yep. Pretty.
That will do me. No, in
Yeah,
5 years, I'd
easy.
like to
Perfect.
be pumping YouTube.
Yeah.
I'd say weekly, have like a bit of a team behind me. So, yeah, obviously can focus on filming and putting shit out, have some, yeah, just be able to ramp up everything and be able to really enjoy life, I think.
Sick.
Live the dream.
Yeah. One more here,
Yep.
which I've sort of asked nearly everyone that's come on the potty.
Yep.
What's the biggest problem you see in the four-wheel drive industry?
Oh, fuck. Fuck. I think the biggest problem in the four-wheel drive industry is people thinking they're too big for their boots. Like, you see it, like, whether it's at Bribey or at the four-wheel drive shows or things like that, where we're walking around, we're saying g'day to everyone, we're waving to people, we just want to talk and have a good time.
Yeah.
But then you've always got that crew who will sit in the corner
Yep.
on their high pedestal, doesn't matter the followers, doesn't matter what it is or what they do. It's the wankers who will just sit away and talk shit about everyone else.
They think, without taking words, they think they're part of the industry. They want to be part of the industry, but they're not part of the industry because of the way they act. Or
it's the fuckwits that will sit on the side, will talk shit all the time, and like, for example, you're at a beach, big crew. You've got a big crew. Everybody doesn't necessarily know each other, but you're all having beers. You're singing some music. You're listening to some good tunes. You're talking. You're meeting new people, and then you've got 2 or 3 cars, maybe 4, over 50 meters away, just looking or talking shit or doing whatever, and then talking shit on social media. Spreading hate on social media, spreading negativity. That does not need to happen. And that's one of the big reasons why I'm doing my event, is to bring more positivity, to have everyone come together in an environment where we can all enjoy ourselves and try and reduce the fuckwits in our world.
It sucks that I asked that question to everyone, but nearly everyone's got the exact same response.
That's
like similar, really touching on different things.
But honestly, it's kind of a good thing. Like the fact that everybody you've asked says a similar thing.
Yeah, if you're somewhat doing well, haters, haters just are there.
Yeah,
and like what's the saying? Like having anger towards everyone reaching success.
Yeah,
that's a hater.
Yep,
it's
100%.
It's the best way to explain them.
But even if
the worst part of our industry is they're the ones who want to be there, but don't want to put themselves in front of the camera to be there.
No,
but we'll go talk shit about everyone else. And
absolutely,
it's interesting. It comes from the ones you least expect sometimes, and the ones you most expect. So.
Absolutely, and like you've experienced it firsthand.
Oh yeah,
and like I haven't necessarily experienced it firsthand. Like I haven't had a lot of hate experiences. My first hate in-person experience was when we were in Rocky. We won't say where.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We were in Rocky and we walked in and there was a group sitting at a table and there was one bloke, a couple people recognised who I was.
Yeah.
And there was equal men and women at the table.
Yeah.
And some of the girls were saying hello, some of the guys were saying hello, and then this guy was just calling me a fuckwit from a distance and was telling me to fuck off, go away, wanker, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I walked straight over to the table and asked him what his fucking problem was.
Yeah.
And he put his hand out and shook my hand and said he was joking. Yeah. So it's...
because they're too fucking scared to say it to your face.
They are.
And look, completely side note, I ditched a company not too long ago.
Yep.
Not very publicly at all.
Yep.
Not publicly at all. I ditched the company because one of the employees was commenting on everything, talking shit, hating on everything, fucking defamation against the brand, basically.
What the fuck?
I ditched the company. I said, if you're employing people like that, you're meant to be supporting me. I don't care what you do in your business.
Yeah.
But there is a level where I will not support your business when people working for you, posting about your work, are talking shit on me. I don't care. Sorry, mate. See you later. Your money isn't worth it to me. It's the respect.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It's I don't care how much you're paying me. If you're a piece of shit, fuck off. Like
I love that.
Yeah, I'd rather work for my own money. Like, and side note again.
Yeah.
People get at me because I run, whether it's Chinese shit on the car or cheap stuff or smaller products. Or
I'm pretty sure Macca's car is actually the last car you can go and say he's running cheap shit. He literally has the best coil conversion, most expensive coil conversion you can fucking buy.
Yeah.
So to go and say that he's running cheap shit is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, like I do cheap stuff where it counts.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not going to go pay for $1,500 set of spotlights when I can buy my own online.
Exactly.
I don't care that it's got a brand name or it doesn't have a brand name. If they say LED in them, I don't give a fuck. But it's like they do the job. I'm not overpaying and so be. And some people are going to look at the same things I'm selling. Some people don't want to buy a bar that says FRP on it. They're going to go buy a sheet of steel and build their own.
Yep.
So be. It might be the exact same looking bar, but they build it themselves.
Absolutely.
And it's just part of what it is. But yeah, hate's always out there. But it's the people. They won't say it to your face. They'll be your best friend in front of your face.
Yep.
And then as soon as that book's closed, they're sitting there just talking shit.
Yep.
And
It's like the schoolyard again.
I've played it before strategically, where I've talked shit to some people, some white lies.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, those white lies are out there, and I go, I only told one person about that.
Yep.
And now 50 people know about it.
And you can
It's
figure
interesting,
out
and
pretty quickly.
you work out who the dud ones are.
Yep.
Very easy, and you never have to talk to them. You never have to confront about them.
No.
You just take mental note and go,
Yep.
see ya.
Can't tell you anything.
Yep. And yeah, so if a good note to take is if you're starting in the industry, you're copping some hate.
Yep.
You know, whether it's someone at school or
Yep.
bloody at work or family
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
Could be side comments in the work.
Like at the end of the day, if you're doing it, you love it. The people who are going to support you the most are the people in the industry that have been through the same stuff.
Yeah.
I see people that start a YouTube video all the time, like, look at Stewie and shit.
Oh,
I met
Stewie.
them on your trip.
Yeah.
And,
He's
you know,
killing it.
he's got his own YouTube now. I'm supporting the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Look, some videos I don't like. Some
Yeah.
videos I do.
Yeah.
But he's fucking getting after it. He's fucking consistent and he fucking loves it.
Chasing. Stewie.
Yeah.
Actually, Stewie's a good story to add like a minute or two to this podcast. Stewie is such a prime example of anybody can do anything and get some fame and get views and start from fucking nothing.
Nothing.
Stewie did not have almost any followers on Instagram. He had 1,000 or 2,000 on TikTok and had no YouTube channel.
Yep.
And then it was chatting to you, chatting to me, chatting to some of the boys and went, look, I want to start YouTube. I want to start doing this. He went and bought an iPhone 15. He went and bought a drone after talking to us and getting some advice. And he has been the definition of consistency. He's been picking up sponsors. His car looks awesome. He's now got awesome connections with brands over in WA who he's working with to create new products for his car and for the industry. If you need inspiration from someone who has not had a lift up from anyone, go and look at Naughty Nav and Stuart Ella.
The gold nav.
The Golden
Naughty
Nav on YouTube, Stuart Ella on YouTube and Naughty Nav on Instagram and TikTok because he started from nothing and he is climbing quickly and
He's so comfortable in front of the camera too.
he's just doing a fucking
so natural.
great job. Shout out you, Stewie, and he's a down-to-earth, most genuine guy.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's, you know, everyone in the industry just supports each other, gives everyone a red hot crack.
Fuck yeah.
Like, you know, shares and story mentions and all that sort of stuff goes a long way on Instagram and social platforms, but it's what happens behind the scenes of, you know, the respect of earning someone's phone number or the contact to their address or whatever it might be, and keeping and holding that respect and using it where you can build everyone up together. Like a rising tide lifts all ships.
Yep.
And an anchor's just going to keep the wankers at the bottom.
Bang! And that's the way we're going to end it.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so.
Nah, that's the way.
Mate, where can they find you? What's all your socials?
Instagram is Tommy.CAMPS. YouTube is TOMM.CAMPS. And that is where I am.
Yep.
Pretty much only Insta and YouTube.
Yep.
But yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the Manor Park event. We'll have that on the socials soon.
Yep. Stay tuned for everything. Stay tuned for the merch and the giveaways and shit like that coming from all of us.
Yep.
Stay tuned for some more potties.
That's it. Yeah, and sorry for the little stuff ups and technical issues at the start.
We're good, baby.
Yeah, one man show. We're trying to work through it.
That's how we start.
Easy, Tommy. Thanks for coming on.
Anytime.
We finally got to chat.
We finally did it, Macca.
We live an hour away and we still
Literally.
It's been so long.
And it has been ages.
Yeah.
We'll just have to do it again.
Oh, always.
You still need to get whether it's your dad or someone like that.
We're working on
to do yours.
Yeah.
We need the story. Everybody wants the story of the high school, trade, apprenticeship.
How I got into it all,
Land
where it
Cruiser.
started as a kid.
We wanna-
I've been asked about it, but never really said it all in one.
Yeah. We need to know the story of Big Mac.
Yeah, it'd be like, I sort of picture it in a cheaper version of like, you ever watch Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby?
Yeah.
I wish I could do that, like the Ballad of Big Mac.
Fuck yeah. Bro, that'd be sick.
Yeah, it's
But that
we'll
should
give
be
it a shot soon.
Should be a full planned one.
Yeah.
Like you should get
There'll be a bit
questions
involved.
from Instagram, questions from your mates,
Yeah.
and then have your dad sort of like talk you through it, or your mum or someone.
Yeah.
Your
Bit of
brother.
a documentary type
Yeah,
scenario.
so the fans can learn more about you.
Yeah. And just, one of those things. Never know what you're doing tomorrow, but take it as it comes and
Fuck yeah.
ride with it. So,
Yeah, baby.
yeah.
The Hey Big Mac podcast.
It is 11 o'clock. Oh, no, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
And I'm about to get in the car and drive 17 hours to do the next podcast.
Have the best time.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen for the next one because he's a big deal.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
All right,
Appreciate
brother.
it, Tommy.
No worries.
Thank you. We'll see you at Melbourne Show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Couple days. The end of the week. See you later, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Frothing. Stay at it.
Froth and stay over it. Stay over it.
Shakamala.
Shuck 'em up. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Fucking